Hello friends, once again welcome back in our video series of C programming by TechBooster. So guys, here in this video we'll learn about structures with array. So the first question here is why to use array within structure. So I'll give you a very simple example. Like in our last class, what we have seen or what we have considered is a student with few details like their roll number, name and percentage. But consider the case if you have around 50 or 100 students in a class, and if you have to consider all their instances, their roll number, marks, total mark percentage and everything. So what will you do? Will you just copy all those things again and again? That is not the solution. So here in this case, we can tackle this one by using an array within a structure. So how to do that? For this, I've considered the same example here, but here in this case, we'll consider 5 students and their following details like roll number, name, mark of 3 subject and percentage. So let me once again open my code block and start with the same program that we have used in our last video. So here in this case, as we have 5 students, so what we can do, we can create 5 different variables here like s1, s2, s3, s4, s5. And what we can do, we can copy all these things for 5 number of times. But that is not the actual solution. We can get our output just by considering array, because array can hold multiple elements. So here what we'll do, we'll consider an array here. So this is my array of size 5 because I want 5 students, or I want details of 5 different students. So here this is my array. Now how to use this one? So before using this one, first of all, we'll start with our for loop. So this is my for loop for int I equals to 0, because our array index always starts with 0, so we'll be starting with 0 here. Then I less than 5 and I plus plus. So now here, this is my curly bracket. Let me close my curly bracket here. Now here in this case, what I will do, first of all, I will ask the roll number of student and then name of the student. So let me just cut this one and let me use it here. Okay, so first of all, what we'll do, we'll enter roll number of student, enter roll number of student. What I will display, enter roll number of student 1. So here in place of 1, what I am writing is percentage D, and here percentage D is nothing but I plus 1. Here as my initial value of I is 0, so 0 plus 1 is 1. So this will be displayed as enter the roll number of student 1. Now what we'll do, we'll consider user input. Now here in place of S1, what I need to do, I need to consider I'll be using this square bracket and then I'll use this I. Now depending on my loop, this value of I will change and accordingly will fetch different student. So this is the way how you need to work with your array. Now what I'm writing, S1 I dot roll number. So this will allow me to enter roll number for my first student, or that is S10. Now once you have roll number, now what I will do, I will consider the name of my candidate. So again I will use the same thing, enter the name of student, percentage D, I plus 1. So again what I am doing, gets S1 I dot name. Now what I will do, I will consider 3 different subjects and their mark. So you need to consider 3 different subjects. Here I need to consider int, let my first subject be maths, int science and int English. So these are my 3 subjects. Now I can use all these subjects here. So first of all, I will enter, let me just copy everything. Instead of typing all these things again and again, we can copy these things. Enter the mark of math for student 1. Okay, so this will do, and this will be your one dot maths. Now again I'll copy this one. Okay, so this will be your enter the mark of science for student 1, and this one will be your dot science. Here, by using this dot operator or member operator, we are fetching all the members of this particular group. Now again, this one will be your mark of English, and here this one will be your dot English. Okay, so I'm done. Now what I need to do, I need to calculate my percentage, and in order to calculate my percentage, first of all I need to have my total mark. So now again, here in this case I will consider another array, let it be total, and here the size will again be 5, because what I want to do, I want to store total of for 5 different students. So I'll just write total I equals to S1I dot maths plus S1I dot science plus S1I dot English. Okay, so this will give me my total mark, and once I have my total mark, I can calculate my percentage. So my percentage here will be your SI dot percentage is equals to total I divided by 3, as I have 3 subjects. Now I have this percentage. I'll just clear these 2 lines because I don't want to consider percentage from my user now. So now once you are done with this one, here I'll print my output. So in order to print my output, again I'll consider a for loop here. For int I equals to 0, I less than 5, I plus plus. Okay, so here in this case, what I'll do, I'll first of all print roll number of student, and then I'll print name of student, and then I'll directly print their percentage. So I'll clear this line, or I can just cut this line and use it after the name. Roll number of student 1 percentage D is percentage D. So here this one will be your I plus 1 comma S1I dot roll number. Okay, then name of student 1 percentage D is percentage S. So this one again will be I plus 1 comma S1I dot name. Okay, then here what I'm doing, percentage of student 1 is to Fn. Okay, so this one will be your again I plus 1 comma S1. Okay, so we are done. Let me just clear this line and let me use close this curly bracket. So guys, we are done with this one. Now before running this particular program, I want to recall one particular thing. Here you can see what I have done. I have used this gets function. But once you use this gets function after this scanf, then what happens, basically whenever we use scanf, we used to consider input from our user or from our keyboard. Similarly is the case with our get function. But here in between our function and our keyboard, in between we have a buffer. It is first of all, whenever we give any input, that input is stored in buffer, and from buffer our function used to fetch the particular value. So once you run your program now, here by using this scanf function, we'll consider input. So our input will first of all be stored in our buffer, and from our buffer we'll fetch our input. Now once our buffer is full and once we execute this particular function gets, now as the buffer is full, this particular function won't get executed and directly will come down to our second scanf function, and here we'll again be able to consider input from our user. So let me show you this one by running this particular program. So once you run this particular program, this is taking some more time because I'm running multiple programs in my system as of now. So be patient. So here, first of all, let me enter the roll number, let it be 100. And now once you press enter, you can see enter the name of student 1, and then directly we are into enter the mark of math for student 1. So here we are not been able to enter the name of student 1. This is because our buffer was full at this time. So how to get rid of this one? Here in this case, you can use scanf function instead of this gets, but we know the drawback of using scanf function considering a string. In that case, we won't be able to use space in between. So here what I'll do, I'll use another function fflush. So this is my flush, and here I'll use stdin. Okay. Now if I run this particular program, you can see. So once you run this one, again this function is within our header file stdio.h, so you need not import any other header file. Now let me enter roll number, let it be 101. Press enter. Now you can see I am being able to enter name of my student, so let it be Manoj Datta. Press enter. Enter mark of math for student 1, let it be your 88. Then mark of science, let it be 77, and then mark of English, let it be 90. Now once you press enter, enter roll number of student 2, so let it be 102. Name, let it be Lipika Shah. Mark, let it be 90, let it be 98, and let it be 99. Now roll number 3, 103. Name of student 3, let it be Jyoti Burman. Enter mark of math, let it be 85, 88, 87. 104. Roll number of my student 4, let her name be Nazmin Sultana. Let her mark be 85. Then in science, let it be 78, and in English, let it be your 88. Okay. Now 105. Let the name of my student be Krishna Ki. Let her mark for maths be 55, mark of science be 89, and mark of English be 60. Now once I press enter, I should have my output where I will print the roll number, name, and percentage of respective student. So once I press enter, you can see these are my output. Roll number of student 1 is 101, name of student 1 is Manoj Datta, and percentage of student 1 is 85. Similarly the case for roll number 2, 3, 4, and 5. And here if I talk about the highest percentage is been achieved by Lipika Shah. So now as you have all this data, you can work on it using different conditions depending on your requirement. So guys, this is the way how you can use your array with structure, and I hope now your structure is clear, and with this you will now be able to use your structure in any different way. So guys, now it's your turn. You need to practice this one. You need to practice each and everything here, and once you are done, then you can move forward towards your next video. So till then, goodbye, take care, and we'll see you in the next video.